There we are. We're live. I'm so excited. Do you want to break through the noise online? Have you noticed the deluge, the bombardment of all the stuff and all the craziness today? If so, I have such a treat, such a treat. Special, dear friend, colleague, mentor, game-changing business strategist, friend, Alina Vincent is here to hearts is here to share just a touch of her brilliance. I only said it once so far on the what is working right now to accelerate your impact, accelerate your income by helping you break through and connect and engage. The queen of Alina Vincent, the queen of online challenges. Hi.
Hi. Oh my gosh, you should introduce me every time. This was
I'm
beautiful.
excited. You know I love you. And you have made such a difference in my life and my business. So I'm thrilled to share you with my friends and followers as often as I can. So what is the scoop right now in the new virtual world around breaking through the noise?
What's the scoop? That's a cool question. I think the scoop has always been the same, right? In order to be noticed, in order to get clients, you need to stand out somehow, right? And you need to be looking at what people are looking for. What do they want? What do they need? And in what format do they want to present it to them? So, like obviously, we're talking about challenges today. So the reason challenges helps you stand out is there's several reasons why challenges work, why you're seeing them everywhere, why there's like so many different formats popping up. Like I think I opened my email a couple of days ago and there were like 4 invitations to different challenges, like in the first 15 minutes of the day. It's like everybody's doing it. I remember way back when I started doing challenges over 7 years ago, nobody even knew what a challenge was. I would say, hey, who wants to join a challenge? And people go like, what is it? But the reason it works is if you're doing the challenge in the right format, if you're doing the super engaged, timed challenge, not an evergreen or anything like that, is the challenge just helps people to build a community. And especially now, after this whole entire year and a half being in isolation, after people like not even having any human contact other than the virtual one, like we want, I mean, it's been crazy. But if you think about it, we already, like as business owners, as course creators, as like solopreneurs, we've already been sort of kind of isolated. We're sitting in our own little homes, cubicles, offices, and we interact with the world through online.
Creating our magic.
Yeah, so there's already been this craving for where do I belong? How do I create a community? And challenges is such a beautiful way of putting people together and giving them that feeling of belonging, giving a feeling of there's some other people who are like-minded, who have the same issues, that have challenges. Like, I'm not behind because look, there's 100 other people who have the same questions. And it makes us feel better. So challenge activates that element of how do we create a safe, supportive environment where everybody's working on the same goal and giving each other accountability, giving each other support, feedback. So like what I say works right now, obviously, is challenges. And this is why everybody is jumping on it, because they work so well. Because there's that craving of not just getting the information, but also implementing. So the two things that work and how you can cut through the noise and how you can stand out is give people what they want. They want community. They want to know they're not alone. And the second thing, they're done getting information. They're done just downloading a template or a report and not doing anything with it. What I hear the most is we need to take action. We need to implement. Again, challenges makes it so easy because if you do it in the right format, you give people just a teeny amount of information, the content for what they need to do, and then you immediately get them into action so they implement right then and there. So like if you take those two elements, you're getting results, you're implementing, you're in action, and you're not doing it alone. That's why if you're doing challenges, you're definitely going to stand out.
I love it. And one of the things that's so great about how you teach and how, I have a couple of challenges that I used your system to create. We're actually going to launch one in August, the first week of August. And what's so great about your system is helping us to find that balance between, how much information, how long should it be? Because right now, my question for you is like, maybe there's 2 or 3 things you would share about what we really, really should not do in our challenges. Because I was thinking of my inbox and the list of challenges and what people are doing, and me like and are talking about how long people are watching. And I know some people that are jumping in and like teaching for an hour in their Facebook group. So I would love for you to share. Maybe I got the garbage truck. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. So I'll start answering while you're running after the garbage truck. So let's talk about like everything you might be seeing right now. So you might be seeing
Yes.
challenges that are like 5 days, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days. You
Yeah.
might be seeing challenges that are paid or not paid. You might be seeing challenges that are done through like emails and blogs and on Instagram. You might be seeing challenges done on the Facebook group. So you might be like, well, what should I do? Should I charge for my challenge? Should I not? Should I make it short? Should I make it long? There's some people, as you said, they do like 3-hour Facebook lives in their Facebook group every single day. And my formula for like 5 days or 20 days.
Yeah.
And my challenge formula is doing teeny little bite-sized things, which is 5 to 10 minutes a day for 5 days. So many different formats. So I'm going to step back a little bit and just going to give you the I've been doing challenges for over 7 years. I've done so many challenges, and I've done a whole bunch of trial and error. So when I create my formula and when I share like what my formula is, it's not just because I woke up one day and it's like, this is the format I want to do. But it actually comes with a whole bunch of trial and error, lessons learned, seeing what other people are doing, and researching it. Like I was counting with someone, like I put over 10,000 hours into figuring out what works in the world of challenges. So a couple of things
Can I just brag for you a little bit too?
Sure.
You've made multiple 7 figures as the result of this brilliant culling out what works and what doesn't work. So we listen to what Alina says. Please continue.
But I just wanted to say it's not just because like I say it's my way or highway. It's because we've actually tried all the other ways, and I can tell you why they will work or will not work in your situation. So the one thing I want to address is paid versus free challenges. I teach to do free challenges because most of my people who take my programs, people who I work with, they are not at the level where they have a multi-million-dollar business and they have hundreds of thousands of people on their list. And by the way, notice people who are charging for their challenges mostly are at that very established level. So I want to talk about like paid versus free because it's probably one of the top questions I've been getting like lately. And the reason there is if you are doing a free challenge, it's an opportunity for people to get a taste of who you are, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have a list and you don't have a big following. Maybe you don't even have a Facebook group. So if you start charging for it, even if it's something little like $5 or $7 or $37, you're basically now selling a product. And when you're asking people for their credit card, and if they don't have that established know, like, and trust factor, if they haven't been following you for years, if they don't see hundreds or thousands of other people following you, it's a big ask, even if it's $5. If you're doing it for free, then it's like, okay, what do I have to lose? It sounds interesting. It's something that I want to do. So I'm going to sign up. So as soon as, if you're just starting out, if you're a beginner and you start charging, it's the same effort as selling your $1,000 coaching package. It doesn't matter if it's $7 or $1,000, you are selling. You're having a sales conversation. If you're doing a free challenge, it's an invitation. It's a lead magnet. It's like, hey, I'm doing this awesome, amazing free training. Come and join me. So I see that mistake that people make is when they're first starting out and don't have that established following, and they go like, I'm going to do a paid challenge. Like, well, you're going to be better off selling like $1,000 program than you are doing a $7 challenge because it's not going to end up well. So I hope that makes sense, right?
I love it. It makes crystal clear sense. And there's another, we have a little echo on our line. There's another silver lining to being able to do the challenge. If you are just getting started out and you are learning to build community and learning to step into the leadership role and learning to step into the voice of your business, you can grow your own confidence. You can go, oh, wow, they really did get results. results. So this is working. This is awesome. And you get that feeling and the endorphins of like, I'm doing what I'm here to do. So it's so, I just got goosebumps even thinking about it, because you helped me do a lot of those moments in my career online as well.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do that, what I wanted to say about your system and your approach was really helpful and powerful in getting me to find the nuggets, right? Like the thought of like, how do I tell everything I know and create the transformation in this little bite? And your step-by-step, systematic, so clear, all those 10,000 hours of how you've gone through it made it so easy and doable for me to figure out, like, and your system for like, how do you figure out your topic? Help me figure out, oh, so these is the little piece I can start with, and it will be enough. So absolutely appreciative and grateful to you for that.
I can tell you more.
Yeah, I know you can. I'm trying to just tell us more. What occurs to you next? Because one thing I think is really on people's minds right now is that engagement factor, and right now, and why now. So why would I? How hard is it going to be, and then why should I do it? And is it really worth the effort? Is the next question that comes up for me. What do I have to figure out? That whole like resistance of like, oh, but if you have something you can share with us to inspire us or help clarify some of the. Simplify some of the complexity that we might be afraid of facing in our challenge creation.
Challenge creations.
The challenge of challenges is challenging.
So, yeah, there's this kind of a very interesting conundrum around challenges, because on one hand, they seem so simple, right? So it's like if you choose 5 days, I teach 5-day challenge formula for many, many reasons. Primarily because if you're doing it free, that's how much of an attention span you can have for people, so they can actually complete, get results, fall in love with you, and want to say yes to your next offer.
Yeah.
If you're doing it any longer, it's a very different conversation, which we can have. Or you can just reach out to me separately. I'll tell you what I think about it. But
you're not shy about telling us what you think.
Not shy. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you why it will or will not. Again, for some people it works, depending where you are in business. I consult with a lot of multi-million-dollar companies. My advice to them would be different, because they've already spent their years establishing their community. Yep. So for them to monetize their challenge is super easy, very differently. If majority of like the people I love working with are people who are just trying to get that traction, trying to get maybe some of their very first clients online. So the conversation is different. However, who they see as examples are big people, and if they try to do what the big people are doing, it doesn't work. So
I did that.
Yes, but so the big thing is, oops, I just lost my train of thought. So
that's okay.
The simple. So the conundrum is, challenges appear to be very simple. Like slap 5 videos together, do 5 Facebook Lives, spend 5 days with people, and then they're going to buy anything from you. That's what people think. In the reality, there's so much the art and science and nuances and psychology of what you need to do in what order to get people to the final result. And the final result is for them to become your clients, even after free 5-day challenge. So that's one of the things people ask me. So if I do a 5-day free challenge, how do I get clients out of it? And that's the key, because most people, they put those 5 videos together, they teach something, and they approach it like as a workshop or as a webinar, or however they approach it based on what the skills they already have, and it falls apart. So they might have people joining their challenge, they might have engagement during the challenge, and then it comes to like, and here's my next offer, here's the invitation, and people go, no, thank you, I'm good. And a lot of people who come to me and actually work with me and sign up for my program are people who've done challenges and they fell apart, either because everybody signed up and nobody participated, or they've signed up, they loved everything, and not a single person bought it. I can't tell you like how many people I talked to, and they'd go, I had a couple hundred people in my challenge, and not a single person bought my program. And why is that? So connecting your offer to your challenge, or your challenge to your offer, and knowing how to create and increase that desire for that next logical step, and for people
build
to
the
know,
bridge.
to build the bridge between your challenge and the offer.
Yeah, for your people to come toward you with that. It's a conundrum. It's an art. It's a science. Sometimes we can't see our own bridge for the trees, right?
Yes.
And you're so good at helping us do that. I really,
So
And I want to just put in a plug in about
uh,
visibility, right? If you're,
sure.
you know, you're doing all this work and you're creating it and people are having transformation and you're not making any money, it's going to severely limit your impact.
Mhm.
Right? Like if you really, I've been asking this question lately. Hey, if you feel called to make an impact, how much money does your business need to generate in order for you to make the impact that you want to make? Right? And knowing how to take all this work and creation and how much to create and how little to create and how to structure it so that it actually gets people going, ooh, 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 right? You're so good at that. Is essential. It's an essential piece of it so that it actually leads them to the greater transformation that they'll get when they hire you, right?
Yeah. So your question was like, what do people need to think, or what are some of
Yeah.
the challenges? Was the
Yeah.
challenges? The technical aspect of it is simple. It is put 5 videos together and teach your people for 5 days whatever it is that you promise, so they can start seeing the results.
Yeah.
The biggest challenge is logic behind it, like the story arc, like how you're leading people into your challenge, through your challenge, and creating the bridge for your offer. That is way, way, way more important, and very few people teach it, and very few people get it right because it's not something that's super obvious. So it's the
And
biggest
it
thing
is
is
one of your
not the
superpowers.
technical part. Yeah. Well,
It is
again,
one of your superpowers.
I've
You're like,
I've
oh, well, then it
spent
goes like,
Yes. Well,
yeah.
and I've spent years creating challenges, and some of them flopped and some of them were amazing. So it's like looking at what works, what makes them converting, what makes them work, and
Yeah.
like what kind of topics, what topic is too big, what topic is too small, how much information I want to give. Like it's all came from doing a lot of research on my own and
Yeah.
working with thousands of people on their challenges. So
Yeah.
the biggest thing, if you are thinking of creating a challenge or you've done a challenge and maybe it didn't work the way you were hoping it would, it's
Mhm.
most likely you did not put enough time and thought into developing the idea behind the challenge, because the challenge process is super low cost, it's super low tech, and it doesn't take you that much time to put the thing together. It's
Mhm.
more, what is the thought and idea and the purpose and the strategy behind putting it all together, so it
Yeah.
leads you to the results that you want.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. So good. And you have a present to share with us, which feels
Do
like that's exactly what it's going to start to get us thinking about. We have I have a link and I'll share. Do you want to talk about it and tell us what it is and
Sure.
what else they get if they jump in for that? I think we're going to get to go to a class, right?
Well, if you want.
If we want
So,
to. Excellent.
so what Michelle is talking about is I just released, seriously, yesterday, a brand new resource. So the whole world have never seen this before. This is the first time I'm sharing this information, and it's a brand new guide, and it's called Three Things That All High Converting Challenges Have in Common. So I've been analyzing my own challenges. I've been analyzing challenges that my clients have put together, challenges that generated anywhere from like $1,000, $3,000, $10,000, $30,000, even $250,000 when people do it for the very first time ever. So like if you want to have those results versus having a challenge where at the end people go like, oh, this was great, thank you, bye. If you want to have a challenge that actually is profitable so you can make a bigger impact, so you are inviting people so they can experience that transformation, there's three key elements, three factors that are super, super important. So this guide will tell you exactly what those three elements that most people miss with their challenges. And it kind of gives you a little bit of examples. It gives you a little bit of like how to think about your challenge. So we're not going to be talking about like technology. We're not going to be talking about any like nitty gritty details. It's a pretty quick guide, but it has those three things that all high converting challenges have in common. So if you want to have a challenge that succeeds on the first time, try, or if you've done a challenge and you didn't get the result that you want, you're probably missing one or all of those elements. Now, when you sign up for this guide, I'm also doing a series of live training, live master classes all next week, and you're going to get immediate invitation to that as well if you want to hear more about my specific formula, if you want to hear other mistakes people make, if you want to hear like a little bit more of an explanation and more examples and see the results people getting if you put everything together the right way. So that's the invitation. So Michelle is sharing the link in
Yes.
the comments, as I can see.
Yep.
And I hope you grab it because, like, again, this is something that came from over 7 years of me doing challenges and working with people and seeing what works and what doesn't. And
Yeah.
those three critical things are super important to have in the process. So again, it's more of on a logical level, it's more on a strategy level versus like, oh, here's the tool you need to use. And that's the stuff that often gets overlooked.
It's really cool too. I'm looking at it because I downloaded it this morning, and it's important. I love how you frame up the strategy for us, because we can get lost in the little details of like what are all the moving parts, and just to jump on your coattails and say, yes, you must know why you're doing stuff, where is it going, and having the tool. This tool is incredible. Congrats on a very new, powerful tool that you're sharing with us, and thank you. It's knowing how to think about it is actually more important than the physical implementation. Of course, you have to implement in order to get the transformation and get the goods. But so definitely download this. I just grabbed it up for myself this morning. Thank you. And when you do, you're going to see have a way to join Alina's masterclass. Now, I've been going to Alina's masterclasses for about 7 years, and if you have gotten value already from just hearing her approach and the way she frames out the strategy, she's a brilliant teacher. I think I said it twice now. We have a running joke about how many times I say you're brilliant. She's so good at helping you lay out step by step, and really she's going to give you a whole bunch of practical, actionable value, and also help you know what not to do in a way that you can digest it and absorb it really quickly, as well as knowing what do you need to do next. What do you need to do next? As with everything, I've been warning people this last few months about the freebie mentoring plan. That isn't the best way to go. So downloading the tools, but then having the support you need to implement them. And like with the challenges you're talking about, how we create community and collaboration and everybody doing things together. We want to do that on every step of the way in our business, right? So work with Alina, jump in her challenge masterclass for sure. And if it's resonating with you, I wouldn't do a challenge with anybody else. So thank you for these amazing tools. Is there any final thoughts or parting wisdom that you want people to think about as they're considering jumping into a challenge or up-leveling their challenge in the world today?
Sure. Like as a parting thought, one of the questions I've been getting lately is like, do challenges still work? Because I see them everywhere. And the key is if you find the right topic that resonates with your ideal clients, it's a no-brainer. Like we have the challenge I'm running right now is we have over 6,000 people signed up for it. So there's always a need for, if it's the right solution, right for your ideal clients, you're using their language in your marketing, like it doesn't matter how many other people are doing challenges, yours are going to be popular. And then if you have the right strategy to monetize it, if you have the right strategy to lead people to the next obvious step and invest with you, now you're changing your world and creating impact and income for yourself, and you're changing everybody else's lives. So I would say like challenges like just on the beginning edge of getting, like it's not overused. It's not something, you might be in an environment where you're seeing a lot of invitations.
Where you're feeling a little saturated.
Like, yes. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the global scales, there's still a lot of people who've never seen challenges, and there's still a lot of people who need it. I keep hearing all the time, people go like, oh, I've missed it. I've never heard of it before. Like, how do I sign up for your challenge? I'm like, okay, my next one will be in August as well. So we do like 5 challenges a year, and there's always need and there's always desire. And the key is finding the right topic for your challenge and following the right strategy for guiding people through your challenge. So it creates results for you and it creates results for your people.
So good. So good. And, millions more people are hanging out online more than they ever had, and they haven't been saturated in this stuff. Really smart. Thank you so much. I love you and admire you so, and I'm so grateful for all that you have shared with me. And thank you for bringing this gift to our audience here. Can't wait to keep playing with you as you are sharing these amazing resources. And I can tell you, using your system, you guys, if you're even thinking about it, or if you want to do it again, or if you want to create a new challenge, using Alina's system has added hundreds of thousands of dollars to my business as well. And it's very easy to implement. And strategically, what that process has given me and created for me and helped me has carried well beyond the challenges in my business. So it is incredible resources that you're sharing with us. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
It's
so much.
good to
Thank
see
you for
you.
having me. Bye.
Yeah, bye everybody. Have an amazing weekend.